YouTube. I just wanted to hop on here and I just got out of the shower, but I've been actually thinking about this for a little while now, and I just wanted to share some thoughts on what to expect when you do rescue a dog. Um, every dog is different and every case is different, whether they come from abuse or they were roaming or dog fighting, overbreeding, um, anything like that, really. Some dogs react to trauma differently and some are fine. Um, Very rarely, but my dog, I've had quite a few fosters, and what I've noticed the most is, um, so I'll list the 5 things off first, and the first one is decompress. Just like humans, when you go through something traumatic, you need time to decompress. Some take 3 weeks, some take a month, 6 months. It all really depends on the dog and you know um, what they went through. So I know as humans, when we get a dog, it's like, yay, like, let's play, let's do all this stuff. But you really need to respect their energy and respect their mood and respect their space. You need to give them space and allow them to come out of their shell on their own. And when they do that, it's so rewarding. So it's definitely worth the wait. Number two is food. Now, this can go either ways. This can go to where they're so stressed out or they're still adjusting to the change, so their appetite is down, or it can go the other way. My dog, she is the other way. The only way you could really tell that she was a rescue is that when she eats, she does this every time. She literally gobbles it to the point where she's choking, and I guarantee if I left like a 20-pound bag of dog food out, she would probably eat it in like 90 seconds. Not even. She'd inhale it. So that's a and same with water. Like, she doesn't stop with water. So that's another, like, you know I could tell at some point in her life she had no food. So it can go either way. The third thing is making sure that your home is quiet, and don't throw parties, don't have a bunch of people over. They really need a quiet environment, somewhere they feel safe. And a good way to set that up is kind of giving them their own kennel. Now, you don't necessarily have to lock them in the kennel, but what I did is I put like a big comfy blanket around it, and I leave the door open, and I obviously have a nice comfy bed inside, and it kind of gives them their own space. And they don't, like Cookie, my dog, she doesn't actually sleep in there. She sleeps with me, but she has she has her own space where she's comfortable. I would really get that set up right away, and so they know that, and really expect them to be scared of everything. I've seen some really bad cases where the dog, we had rescued one dog, and he was even scared of the fridge. I mean, I would open the fridge up and he would just bolt. He was literally scared of doors opening, scared of like just the most smallest things, like the phone ringing or, you know, um, stuff like that. So it's actually quite heartbreaking to watch that, but if you can get them over those things, and it's very rewarding to see them happy and playing like a normal dog. The one thing that I noticed with her is that I bought this huge doghouse that was like handmade, beautiful doghouse, and she didn't know what it was. I mean, she had never seen one before. She never had one before, so she didn't even use it. I ended up getting rid of it because she wouldn't use it. She wouldn't go inside. So there are things like that. I mean, some dogs have never played before, so do expect those things from a rescue dog, but I'm not saying that they will never learn that. A good way for them to learn those things is by having them around another dog, if you have friends that have dogs, socializing and confidence building things are really what will bring your rescue dog out of their shell. But it could be, you know, um, snuggling with them every day, really giving them that time, and also allowing them to have their own space and allowing them to come to you too. And another big thing is no yelling. Like, do not yell, do not raise your hands, nothing when you first get a rescue dog. That's my rescue dog. But yes, so that's another thing. And what's the other one? The other one is, I would say, I know people really want to show off their animals right away, but if you get a rescue dog, you really have to kind of hold off on that. You really have to let their confidence build, and let them take time to trust you. And when all of those things come together, it's such the feeling of, people don't realize the work. Every morning you'll get up and, want to pet them and hug them and be all on them, but if they're not quite there yet, then you, have to love them from afar, kind of, which sucks, because I know, you just want to hug on them and stuff, but yeah, you have to really be patient with rescues. And I'll tell you something, rescues are really the best. I mean, she's a rescue, and she's like so awesome. You would never know, because she's not aggressive. She loves kids. She loves being around people. When we go out in public, she's so happy to be in public, and people come up to her and pet her. You would never be able to tell. Other than her having, cropped bad ears. Yeah, so it's really worth it when you get a rescue and you put time and love into that animal, and they know that they can trust you, and they get a second life. And I think that's the most important thing, because humans, we kind of put these animals in these crappy situations, and we owe it to rescues to give them the best life that they can have, so yeah, those are the first, things to expect when you get a rescue. If anybody has any questions, feel free to comment, or yeah, so anyways, have a good night, guys.